Hey everybody, it's Mike Rowan. Welcome back to Fix My Hog. We're going to do an overview of Harley's Softail model. In 2017, they pretty much redesigned the whole motorcycle. Got the M8 motor, got a completely new, different chassis. And what they did is they kind of went back to an old school design, like from a dirt bike from the late 70s, early 80s. Everybody went to that monoshock, and it's pretty slick design. Suspension can kind of be a head game at times, and really what you should do is, depending on your model of your Softail, look at your owner's manual, look up the model identification of it. It'll have, if you go to your manual, they got a pretty wide variety of models there with different specs. For this particular model, this rider, he's 220 pounds. Well, he's not 220 pounds, but he's going to be that with rider weight. So you kind of take into consideration, are you riding solo? You can ride in two up, you load it down. Now on a motorcycle like this, you're probably not going to be touring cross country, but you're going to maybe have a backpack, might have a passenger at times. And really what people do is they really don't think about their suspension. A lot of people don't play with it. And really what you should do is take your owner's manual, read up on it, and see what you're doing, because it can really affect the handling of the motorcycle dramatically. And the biggest thing I see is people come in and I ride their motorcycle from around the shop, and then right away I notice the tire pressures are low. They're like at 15 pounds. They're practically flat. So check your tire pressures before you really start fiddling with anything with the suspension. Now on this particular bike, it's pretty handy. It's got a big old knob here, and what this is doing is this is adjusting the preload on the rear shock spring. This particular guy, like I said, we're going to set it up for right around 200 to 220. And really what you do is now you get on your favorite loop that you ride every Sunday morning or whatever. You go out, you put your motorcycle through the paces, you sit down, have your cup of coffee and think about it, and you go, okay, I hit that bump, the bike did this, blah, blah, blah. So then you can go back, and if you're not that sensitive about it, you can typically go from one extreme to the other just to get a feel of it, especially if you've added on another rider or something. So don't be afraid to actually go out and experiment, push the motorcycle through the curves, see what it does, because it can make a pretty big difference. And some people just never take advantage of that, and they ride their motorcycle for 4 or 5 years, and then someone brings it to their attention that, hey, it doesn't have to be this sharp when you hit bumps. You can soften it up a little bit. So it makes a pretty big difference. All right, like I said, this model's got a handy little adjustment knob on it here. There's two other styles of Softail models. One of them, depending on your model, it has a spanner wrench to actually adjust the preload on this. And then there's another one that actually has you use your special tool, and it's a screw type adjustment. So like I said, refer to your manual. Now, if you notice this, we'll get a shot of this, and you can actually see this area here. It's hydraulically compressing this spring. That's pretty slick, because now you don't got to mess around with tools. I mean, this is quick adjustment on the fly. So basically, you do your 5-mile loop, you can pull over, no tools needed, don't got to pull the seat off. Set the adjustment back again, go hit the same section of road. Pretty simple. Like I said, on the other models, it's going to be a little more elaborate to where you're pulling the seat off and making your adjustments. But either way, pretty handy little item, and it's just something that really gets overlooked. So get out and experiment with your motorcycle.